What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin here from Stock Hours, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on how you can use this one simple tool to help you get the best entries on breakouts. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so just a quick little rundown lesson over here. In Stock Hours, we mainly prioritize playing breakouts on stocks like Nvidia, Tesla, Meta, the list goes on, things like that. And just a quick little lesson here. When we're playing breakouts, what we like to do is we like to take a slightly early entry right before the breakout occurs, just so that we can basically make the most out of our trade. And the reason being is because if we can capitalize on a slightly early entry, since we are trading options, once our key level breaks, we're going to be able to catch the premium flip, which basically means more money. Secondly, what I want you guys to pay attention to right here is the ask and the bid right over here. So there's something called the spread, which is basically the difference between the ask and the bid, right? So if I take 359.94, which is the best possible price on the ask, and the best price on the bid, which is 359.86, if I subtract the ask from the bid, if I subtract the bid from the ask, the difference in the spread is basically 8 cents. Right? And over here in Stock Hours, what we like to do is we like to set alerts right around that spread difference mark, right? So since Tesla spread is usually 8 to 10 cents around that mark, what we'll like to do is we'll change our alert to 20 cents, 30 cents around that area, so that when the breakout actually does occur, we don't actually miss out on the breakout, because sometimes it could easily skip past the key level and we'll just miss out on the breakout trade, and that's obviously gonna suck, right? So those are things that we pay attention to. Now, so what I'm basically going to show you guys is how you can set alerts on your platform so that you guys can never miss an entry when it comes to a breakout trade. For the most part, just to keep a general note, the alerts that we like to set on stocks are roughly around the 10 to 30 cent area. It does vary depending on which stock we're trading, so take it with a grain of salt, get that screen time, and find what works best for you to take an entry on those breakout trades. But yeah, there's 3 platforms we really recommend here in Stock Hours, and that's going to be Moomoo, Thinkorswim, and then TradingView for charts. Right? I'm going to show you guys how you guys can set alerts on each platform, and I'm also going to show you guys some quick little tips depending on which platform you're using. Right? So for example, on Thinkorswim, this is a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful trade that we caught on Shopify, the 125 break. All right. And you can see right over here, I had an alert set at the 124.70 mark. All right. And that's because the spread on Shopify was a little bit wide off the open. Right. So in order to set the alert, what you want to do is be able to right click on the chart, click create alert. And then when you're playing the upside, you want to set this to at or above. And then most of the time, you're just going to want to set the price to mark. And what that mark means is you're basically setting your alert between the midpoint between the last ask and the bid. All right, and the best way you can use this on Thinkorswim is that the second you hear an alert go off, it's going to sound something like this. Right, once you hear that, it's basically an automatic sound cue for you to get in, right? Which is why Thinkorswim is so great. Now, for the most part, you guys should be keeping your eyes on the level 2. When you're watching the level 2, you're really watching for your alert price to pop up on the ask or the bid to take an entry. But for those beginners out there, it's a lot simpler just setting these entries, getting the sound cue, and just getting in, right? So this is one of the best ways that you won't have to miss out on a breakout. And this happened today, and this was a beautiful, beautiful breakout trade, and this paid crazy on Shopify. So if you wanted to play the downside, right, for example, let's just say you want to play the low of day on Shopify, just for an example, right, you would want to right click, create alert, and instead of at or above, you're just going to want to switch this to at or below. And then you click create, and then there you go. You'll have those alerts set up, and yeah, you basically won't miss an entry. Now, something that I like to do is if I head over to something like Tesla, let's just say I wanted to play the 340 break today, which is right around here, right? Let's just say Tesla bounces right off the open, and we're basically far from 340. What I'll do on Thinkorswim is I'll set the alert on Tesla $1.50 or $2 away right before it comes back down to 340. And the reason being is because it gives me enough time to actually pull up Tesla, check how the price action is, pull up the contracts and basically get ready for the trade, right? I want to be able to be ready when I take these trades, and I don't want to be just going through last second. Okay, I get the alert, and okay, I have to get the contracts last second, click buy last second, adjust my position sizing last second, things like that, right? So usually, let's just say I want to play the 340 break. I'll have my alert at like 340, 150. Right, set this to at or below, and and then I'll create another alert around the 30-cent mark on Tesla. Right, so basically, when price hits 341.51 on Thinkorswim, I'll instantly get a notification, and I'll be reminded that Tesla is getting close to 340, and I'll pull up the contracts and basically get ready for the 340 break. So that's something really great about Thinkorswim. Now, right over here, this is Moomoo, right? Same thing as Thinkorswim. Moomoo is pretty spot on with the alerts, so the second it gets that midpoint, that mark, that price, it'll instantly go off, right? So let's just say I wanted to play the 355 break on Tesla, which is like right around here. What I'll do is I'll have my alert sitting at 331.89, for example, right? You can see alert has been created, price above, it'll trigger, and then at 335, around the 30-cent mark, I'll create an alert right there, right? So 334.70, roughly around that. And this is basically showing you prices above that. When you're playing the downside, you're just going to change that to prices below, right? So same thing as Thinkorswim basically, and yeah, you're just going to click save, and then yeah, you'll basically be reminded as soon as price gets to these alerts, they'll trigger, they'll play a sound cue, and you should be able to get in and get ready for the trade relatively quickly, right? So that's Moomoo. All right, so going over the last platform, which is TradingView. For something like TradingView, it's a little bit different than Thinkorswim and Moomoo because the alerts, they're slightly delayed, right? So if, for example, if we wanted to play the 343 low of daybreak, we'd have our alert at 343.30. And then for something like TradingView, since the alerts are a little bit delayed, I like to raise the alert a little bit higher. You can see right here, I have an alert set for 346.11. Due to the delay, that's kind of like where I just set it. It's going to be a little far from 343, but for something like TradingView, you really don't have a choice because you're just going to have to deal with the delay. But that's pretty much how you guys set alerts. And just to quickly go over something on TradingView, when you create an alert on TradingView, just keep it on the crossing option. There's a bunch of these options right here, but honestly, just keep it at crossing because all these are basically all the same thing, right? And yeah, just keep it on crossing, keep it simple, create the alert, and yeah, that's pretty much it for setting alerts. This is how you can get the best entries when it comes to playing these breakouts with us. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Stock Hours YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.